Hey guys, my name is Steph and welcome to Steph Struggles. So today I wanted to react to my first hate page. So someone created an entire YouTube page dedicated to calling me out. Now, as we all know, I am a huge fan of accountability, so I wanted to make sure I am keeping myself accountable. Okay, so I'm on their page right now and it's labeled Hypocrisy Queen, and the name for the channel is Steph Struggles to Apologize, and it has 2 subscribers and there's 2 shorts, 1 upload. This person, you'll find out who it is in the video, who made this account. They really don't like me, which is okay. I have to learn that not everybody in the world is gonna like me, but if you publicly post something about this, I have just as much the right to react to it and to post about it as well. And I'm simply reacting to this as a lighthearted joke. I know these people have an opinion of me and it's not really gonna do much and I can't really do anything about it. Alright, so first I'm gonna watch the Time for Steph Struggles to Grow Up video. It is about 3 minutes long. And we're gonna react to this and see what they have to say and see what I'm gonna say for it. And yeah, I'm kind of excited. And it'll be on the screen right here as well. Oh! That's something I made about Mishi. Okay, obviously I would never actually say something like this, and I would never actually condone people being like, oh, I'm gonna blame my BPD till I die. But this was very obviously sarcasm. If you would have shown the actual video that was being shown here, they didn't even show the video and what it was saying. It was a sarcastic video. But I am sorry. I should have made it more clear that that was satire. I should put like a, what are those things, tone tags where it's like slash joke or slash sarcasm. But makes sense.
Demonize a disorder that's within cluster B disorders, and I never have, never will. Narcissism has nothing to do with if they're abusive or not. Be so fucking
The video that I made about this is already pinned on my profile on both my spam account and my So the video I already made about this is already pinned to my spam account and my main account, but I could have definitely worded that better. But whenever you take something out of context— Hi, editing Steph real quick. I did want to clarify by what I meant, like saying taken out of context. I was talking about how behaviors, disorders are basically just groups of all of our behaviors. So I was saying telling people that our behavior has nothing to do with a diagnosis whenever our diagnoses are based and diagnosed off of our symptoms and behavior. That's what I was talking about. But if you watch the full video of my pinned videos and then going to the comments and all that kind of stuff, you'll notice what I was actually talking about. So I wanted to say that so people aren't like, oh my god, but it was clearly in the context. No, like, sense. But I should have and could have worded that a lot better. Whenever you take something out of context from a 3-minute video where I was explaining the entire point of the video and then the one spot in the video where you could take it out of context to try to slander my name and make it so that people think I'm demonizing a disorder or a cluster B category in itself, I definitely should have and could have worded it better. I will 100% take accountability for that. But if you watch the full video, you'll understand why I was so frustrated, and I was actually talking about the group of people who made this account and this video.
In the original post I made, I put as the first slide, you mocking your ex, your abusive ex, saying that, oh, I don't know when to stop it. No, that was my bad. I admitted that. And then you decided to go around and make a post about me, acting as if I didn't admit that. I didn't, and I said it with the intention of not knowing the context of it, when I didn't know the context of it. And I said that. I admitted to it, and then you decided to make a post about it, twisting it.
Okay, and they showed that. So the person who made this account and this video is Dev, and they were working together with a couple of other people. That's why you see Rip Haley and all this kind of people in this video. I don't know what I did to personally offend you. Whenever you messaged me and you apologized for a video you had made about me that I hadn't even seen. We made up, we mended our relationship. I always really admired you and your content. I really cared for you. And the last message I even sent you was a supportive message for whenever you and your boyfriend broke up, and I wanted to show you that I was there for you. That is the last time we had ever talked until you have started making these videos all of a sudden. Also, you're talking about the screenshot right here that you started spreading around to people. You were telling people that I don't care about consent, and this is a message proving that I don't care about consent, and I I don't care about no. People were commenting things like, oh, this sounds really rapey, I don't like, and I was really confused by these comments until I saw your video. And it wasn't like I was actively watching your account, so I am sorry, I never saw your apology video, but that is not a screenshot of somebody's experience that you post to slander their name without knowing the context of it. You should never, ever take any sexual assault allegations or situation that you are not properly educated about and try to use it to slander somebody's name and then blame me and telling me I'm in the wrong for me making this.
We gon' eat, we gon' eat, they talking hoes. Swing ho, we gon' eat, swing hoes.
So you making that video and telling people that I don't care about consent really triggered me to remember the night I had lost my virginity, which is what I was, and 2 other nights that I was referring to in that text message. I don't think it's appropriate for you to blame me and tell me I'm in the wrong and make a whole video about this, saying I'm not allowed to make a video about that, but you're allowed to make a video slandering me. That's the thing I don't like, and the thing I don't agree with social media is if I come on here defending myself on a public video that has been made about me, whether or not it has gotten a lot of traction or not, I should not be labeled as problematic for trying to explain a situation that is slandering my name. And I would like to clarify to people that I actually really care about consent, and it's something that is something I value a lot, and something that I try to teach people of. This is important for us to be teaching people. So whenever someone takes the time out of their day to purposely spread this hate, and then I'm being called problematic for trying to defend myself, it is really just more of a silencing thing to where you don't want to be held accountable for the things that you have done to purposely and maliciously hurt me for reasons that only you know.
Advocate anymore. I'm gonna just say fuck everybody, fuck all this.
Okay, actually, so this, I am not glorifying going on and off on my meds. I am talking about my raw experience. I have a really bad problem with being consistent on my meds. It is something I have struggled with. It is something that a lot of people with mental illness have struggled with in the past. I do not see how that was taken as a competition of who is more ill, or how I am misusing my audience and trying to encourage my younger audience or any audience at all to go back and off on my meds. If anything, from what I would take from this video, and since I've made that video, I have consistently taken my meds. I would want people to know, hey, I'm back on my meds, and I encourage you to be back on your meds as well if that is something that you deem is right for you. So yeah. Yeah, I always joke about getting canceled. I know you had said somewhere in here of like, you're gonna end up getting yourself canceled, which is true, but you can't cancel someone who is not going to encourage cancel culture. The reason you want me to get canceled is because you don't like me. But I do think that cancel culture is the most toxic thing about social media because it is bullying normalized. So, thank you. Once again, a deflective beat. I also have people with other disorders on my page. Okay, so I do want to talk about that. My best friend Isla and I just did a complete reconstruction of our server. Here, I'll show you like the about us message while I'm talking, or the server update. I am actually happy that a lot of these things were caught to my attention. It is not my responsibility to burden everything anybody in my life who I associate myself has said. I did have a mod meeting with all of my mods. I added a couple new mods just to make sure that we could keep it an inclusive and safe place. I had a big talk to them being like, hey, I have seen some of these messages were brought to my attention about narcissistic abuse, which I don't believe in. I wanted to let them know that growth is important and that growth is okay, and it is okay to learn and grow from your mistakes and not just be completely disregarded as a human being because of something that you maybe were miseducated about, and that's not even your fault at the end of the day. If you aren't properly educated about something, like we are taught to hate ourselves. I'm never gonna be mad at someone who hates themselves. If anything, I'm only going to encourage them to grow and learn to love themselves like I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to do with my audience. That's a growth mindset, not a mindset to where we need to completely disregard them as humans if they make a mistake. So I do apologize for those messages that happened in my Discord. We have completely scrapped everything from the Discord and started from scratch to make sure that it is inclusive, people have a voice, and that people feel safe talking in an environment where there is no stigmatization of mental illnesses. So I made a Discord for everyone with mental illness. I didn't allow anything bad in that Discord. I would never allow it in the first place.
Discord mods on your server, demonizing NPD, that makes you just as bad. And then you go around and say, oh, well, it's not my responsibility, like, that's out of my control. No, it is completely in your control, and it is completely your responsibility to be on your server, making sure that there are not mods who demonize NPD when you're a BPD advocate.
Okay. So I do want to say one of those mods were kicked off as a mod. I just wanted to let the other person know that I loved them and I cared about them, and just, hey, just for future reference, I don't want to like completely disregard you as a mod. They have done an amazing job on my server. They truly are a kind person, and I don't think that one mistake determines someone as a terrible person or someone who should be, again, disregarded as a human. So I did have a conversation with one of them, and the other one I did take off because I did not agree with their behavior just in general.
Don't like the idea that we need to use such hostile forces and resort to bullying to be able to get a point across.
Okay, I do actually want to talk about that first slide right here. 100% take accountability for it. That is something I 100% to this day have never done again. It is something I've learned from. I ended up having a lot of fights with people in my Discord about that thing I had done. The reason I had sent, I guess, my entire Discord after that person was because that is my best friend's abusive ex-boyfriend. And you're not gonna call my best friend fat in my DMs. And some of those messages were actually sent from my best friend. So some of those messages that you have screenshots of were my best friend and not even me. But again, it is something I've learned from, and it's not something that I'm going to try to excuse, because again, it is something that I need to take accountability for, because it is a mistake that I made, and it is something that is unacceptable, because I would never ever want to tell anybody in my Discord that it is okay to attack someone like that. I am never going to do that again. It is a learning experience that I have learned from. I am never ever going to use my Discord for something like that ever again. So yeah, I do 100% take accountability for that, because that was really fucked up on my end, and that is something I should not have done at the end of the day. Continue on.
YouTube video. So I suggest you stop posting your videos about how mature you are and how you don't.
Steph can make like 20 videos to hold someone accountable, but God forbid someone else does the same for her. She's getting the same energy she puts out. She's just a hypocrite who loves drama and to be the center of attention.
Editing Steph, I wanted to reword how I mentioned this. The thing that's ironic and funny to me is that you are trying to find anything to deflect the view from Mishi. The reason you want me so bad to take my video down is because, one, you are defending someone who has maliciously traumatized so many creators. We are literally taking her to court. We are in the middle of a court case right now. Like, you guys are trying to make us feel like we are dramatic, but like, not only me and my friend Mick, and oh my god, there are so many other creators who she has traumatized and lied about and bullied. I'm not dramatic. I'm not taking my video down because this is real life. To you guys, this is internet drama. To us, this affects us. Every time I go on y'all's page, I have to take my anxiety meds, because I swear to God, I never know what lies can be said about me next. And to people, internet rumors, just like how someone can make a video about how Ariana Grande is pregnant with 3 triplets, that's not the most reliable source. Don't believe every single thing you see on the internet, especially when they don't show solid proof for it. Thank you.
And I said that in my video. I said it right here in the screenshot, that you guys are going to do anything and everything to slander my name or cancel me to deflect the blame from the person who has actually maliciously affected the entire community in so many harmful ways. So, yeah. That says a lot more on you than it does on me.
Our symptoms do definitely make us more susceptible to that kind of behavior, and if you try to disagree with that, you're statistically wrong. You can literally look on the internet.
other people all my lives telling me that I'm fucking privileged for having my diagnoses and shit like that, when it's not the diagnosis is the privilege, it's the fact that you have access to it.
Why does it fucking matter?
I do want to explain it. I do not think that a diagnosis is a privilege. I think having easy access to a diagnosis is a privilege, but if someone's ever going to look me in the eyes and tell me I am privileged for having a diagnosis, I slept with men for money, I worked 40 hours a week in overtime to afford a psych evaluation, I worked my ass off to get to where I am today because nobody in this world was going to help me. I had to do it myself. So I think that privilege is a word that people like to use in malicious intent whenever somebody has something that they don't have and they are jealous of that. I do think that privilege is a thing. I definitely have privilege in certain areas of my life, but you are not going to look me in the eyes and tell me that I am a privileged person after all the things I've gone through and the things I have done to afford to get my psych evaluation and to get the help I needed and to put myself in therapy. I made those decisions. I do not regret it, and I'm not saying this as an excuse for that, but you are not going to tell me and use it against me saying that I'm privileged and I am ignorant for thinking that way, or I'm not privileged, or like ignorant for thinking I'm not privileged in those certain areas. Again, that is my personal opinion. I do think that people can disagree with me, and that's fine as long as you don't try to maliciously fight me about it. We can respect each other's decisions and still be friends and move on. That's all I really have to say about that, so thank you. That was me in the video asking her why she thought that was acceptable to say about herself and to use a diagnosis or to use a disorder that someone has to talk like that, to excuse their actions or to believe a certain thing or say something rude. She said, and I quote, "Again, I'm so fucking autistic for not seeing any of this in your behavior before." But I do think that Mishi should not be using this in a way of attacking someone else and hurting someone else by saying, "I'm so autistic for not realizing how much of a bitch you are." I have autism, and I think that even if I had said something like that, it's completely unacceptable to be talking to someone like that in that disregard, especially whenever you do not have a confirmed diagnosis, to be talking like that in a malicious and rude, mean manner. And this is you excusing her behavior to try to deflect the blame on me. Do you not see that?
The fake claiming on this app is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Using what happened, we're not saying that the account is incorrect. We're just saying not to blame the disorder. At this point, I feel like you guys purposely missed that line.
Being more likely to be like that, when it's unmanaged, most likely.
Accountability is not saying I'm sorry and then you're accountable for your actions. No, it's taking accountability and from that day on, learning how to better yourself and to.
I'm not a perfect person. I am still learning and I'm still growing as a human being. I think it is not right to, and anytime I do make a video taking accountability, you guys always twist it and take it and saying to people that I'm demonizing things and that I can't take accountability and I'm trying to make excuses for it. I stand by what I said in that video. I don't think that accountability is telling someone I'm sorry and then just moving on, because an apology without change is manipulation. I think accountability is truly apologizing for mistakes that you have made in the past, something where you have maybe really hurt someone. So yeah, and again, you're deflecting it. If you're talking about accountability for me, talk about accountability for your friend Nishi. Again, I'm learning for myself that I don't need to have that apology for me to move on, and I'm moving on for me so I don't have to continue to keep myself in a harmful mindset and with a bunch of hate. But I think that it is extremely unacceptable that you are defending someone's actions while holding the smallest things I've done against me. So Dev, Mishi, whoever made this video or this account, it really just says more on you than it does me. I am truly trying, and that's just words, right? That is me just saying words. Someone watching this video, you do not know me, and I would never want someone to idolize me or someone to heavily, blindly defend me. That is not what I want either. I just want you guys to stop trying to make viral videos to slander my name just so that you can get the same amount of attention that I guess I did whenever I called Mishi out. I really did respect you, Dev. I really truly tried to be there for you. You blocked me twice after times I've tried to be your friend and I've tried to let you know that you're not alone. That is on you. I did my best. Let's move on. Let's stop bringing my name into your mouth, or I'm going to have to take other measures to make sure that you don't continue to do this. Anyways, I really do appreciate anybody who's watched to the end of this video. This was supposed to be a lighthearted video of me responding to, you know, someone's hate or what anybody has to say about me in a malicious way. I think it was a funny idea. I want to take, every time I'm in a negative situation, I really want to try to make a positive out of it. So I figured, why not make a YouTube video on it? It would be kind of fun. I want to start being active on YouTube again. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and I hope you guys have a great day. And I don't think I'll be able to post my cluster buster video on this Friday just because I'm going to have to move last minute, I think, within this video, because I'm getting my license on Thursday if I pass. So my next cluster buster video might have to be postponed to next week. But aside from that, I think we're all good, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate your support endlessly, always.
Hope you liked my videos. Is there anything else I'm supposed to say as a YouTuber?